Rector of the Ghana Institute of Management and Public Administration, Professor Philip Ebo Simpson, says the debate about the free senior high school policy should focus on how to address challenges of the social intervention program. In an interview with JoyNews at the 4th Infantsipim Old Boy Association Forum in Accra, the 1979 Old Boys of the school lauded the initiative and stated that attempts to undermine the policy should be discouraged. Maxwell Adaba has more.
The aim of the Infantsipim Old Boys Association Speakers Series is to bring up issues of national importance for discussion by old boys and members of the public. During the panel discussion, which focused on quality education and the quest for global competitiveness, an ICT consultant and 79-old boy, Robert Echo Daniels, called on stakeholders to re-examine the teaching of science in schools.
My physics teacher, and I think my classmates here will remember, will say, you work a problem, and the answer is 4. And someone will read the book and say, no, sir, the answer is 2. He said, yes, then take away 2. And that is your answer. And that has been the type of education that we have had. And our teachers, brilliant, not knocking them, but their style of teaching needs to be re-examined. And this is the same for the developed countries. 50, 60 years ago, they had the same thing. They had to re-engineer and retool their teachers to teach in a different approach.
69-old boy and the paramount chief of the Sikado traditional area, Nana Kobna Nketia V, says quality education begins with a change of the mindset of Ghanaians and Africans.
That took me back to an economist I met some time ago, who was always on TV and radio, and I was hearing snippets of him. One day, he came to give a talk at Cape Coast University when I used to be a lecturer. I'm now very well retired. And when he finished, I was standing out there depressed, really depressed. Then he came out and he says, oh, Nana, you don't look happy. And then being as foolish as I sometimes be, just like a typical boy from secondary, I said, Prof, you have nothing to profess. He says, oh. Then I said, you see, I've been hearing you, and I came here to listen to an African philosophy of economics. I wasn't coming here to listen to M3 and Milton Friedman and Keynes. No. Take the subject, define it the way you want to define it. Make it your own. Don't let somebody define the subject for you. He's talking about finance. Almost all the banks here are controlled from Europe and elsewhere. Where is your own bank, which holds your money? That is the spirit of the bank, the spirit of patriotism. See, I'm not talking about the banks that have come.
99-old boy and West Africa marketing manager for Manigram, Kofi Safo Achia and Alexander Mensah Hagan were also part of the panel. In an interview with JoyNews, the rector of GIMPA and former student of the Infantsipim School, Philip Ebo Simpson, lauded the free senior high school program as he called for more efforts to address challenges.
So the spirit behind free senior high school education is something that I identify with and I support. We do know from the statistics that have been churned out that as a result of this policy, so many more people who otherwise would not have been able to enter the senior high school have now been able to enter the senior high school. But also over this operational period, we also appreciate some challenges. And so the attempt, in my view, that government should be, the effort, in my view, that government should be making should be to address those challenges, and the discussion in the public domain should not be to undermine the concept, but to operationalize it and address the challenges. Concept is a welcome concept, but in operationalizing it, there may be some difficulties.